What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's your boy PokeStacks here, bringing you guys back with some brand new content, and most importantly, what I'm looking to pick up this month at MSRP, at retail, whatever I can get my hands on. Of course, go ahead guys and join the Discord down below. We are growing really fast, and I'd love for you guys to be part of this growing community. And I really never do this. I don't think a lot of people do, but just human to human talk, guys. You know, instead of put the investing side away, I just want to say, guys, from the bottom of my heart, you know, thank you so much for all the support that you guys have gave me on this channel. I take none of it for granted, and I appreciate every single one of you. If it weren't for if it wasn't for you watching this video, I wouldn't be where I am today. So, in all honesty, guys, thank you so much, and from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate it. Now let's hop into this video. Of course, this is not financial advice, so please take this for your own word and please do your own research. We have some pretty big news, guys. We have Black Bolt White Flare releasing this week, which is crazy. Literally 3 days from now. And I'm not prepared for this set to be released, to be completely honest. I mean, I don't even have, you know, all the money in the world I'd love to spend on this set, which is a bit of a bad thing. But the fact that, like, this set is coming out this week, in my opinion, is just a little bit scary, because I'm not ready. And what I mean I'm not ready is just, like, I don't think my wallet is prepared for this set, to be completely honest. But of course, I'm going to start off right off the bat. I'm being really patient with this set. I'm not going to go ahead and go FOMO in. I'm not going to go to GameStop, wait 5 hours to pick up an ETB. I'm being very patient, and I don't mind waiting a few months to a year to get this set at MSRP or a really good price. And I do want to make it really clear, guys, you could do that with any other product in terms of modern right now, like Prismatic, you know, from Surging all the way up to where we are today. I would feel very confident, of course, in my opinion, saying that you could probably wait, and you could probably get a lot of the stuff that is really hot right now at a good price in a few months or a year. So Black Bolt White Flare, not too crazy about it. Yeah, sort of going on, I was saying, you know, I think a lot of these sets that I pulled up right now are probably going to be at MSRP, near to close to MSRP, guys, pretty soon. A lot of you guys will agree with me, but there will be some of you guys who disagree. But, you know, I've been in the market for a few years now, and I could totally tell you that when Sun and Moon and everything, I'm sorry, not Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield was really high in price. You know, we saw all these guys come all the way down to MSRP, and no, that's not a joke. I mean, I literally went to Targets and I found ETBs. I went to Costco and I found ETBs. Like, I bought a booster box for $150 after the hype died down. So, you know, I think that will happen again, right? Nothing lasts forever. It's nothing lasts forever. Such a beautiful quote in life, because it's so true. And I do think, you know, products will eventually come down. Now back to what I'm looking at, guys. Currently in July, my videos always do change, and I always try to come up with new content and stuff for you guys to look into. I do want to hop in it to Paldea Evolved. Now here's my thing. I honestly don't like Paldea Evolved too much. That's just me talking. I just don't find the set too interesting. But however, I'm not going to be this arrogant guy and say I'm not investing in Paldea Evolved because I don't like it. Obviously, people really do enjoy the set, so I do believe that it's going to be a good investment, if that makes sense, right? It's like sort of saying I don't like Prismatic Evolution, so I'm not going to invest in it, when you know Prismatic Evolutions is going to rise because that set is so hyped and everyone loves it. So put money in Prismatic. You know, that's what I'm sort of saying. So in my opinion, I think Paldea is just not one of those favorite sets of mine, but I'm going to put money in it because I was saying people do like it. Now, one thing I'm currently going for right now is because, you know, finding Paldea Evolved right now as we speak is a very hard thing. And I honestly don't know about the reprints of this set. I don't know if there's going to be a wave coming out or a restock or a reprint. By the way, reprint and restock are completely different, guys. Reprint means Pokemon is currently going to reprint, and that is a big thing. That's like a thing we should actually take into consideration, maybe hold off. And a restock is just practically saying, all right, there's a lot of inventory in the warehouse, whatever, they're going to go ahead and empty it and give us more things, right? So prices do drop. And it's more so like when a restock happens, in my opinion, I think prices just fall and they pick back up. That's what I think. Sort of what happened with the Prismatic Costco bundle, if you guys remember that. There was a massive restock at Costco when, you know, the Prismatic ETB and bundle were together. Prices both for the ETB and booster bundle hit all-time lows during that time. It was crazy, and then they picked back up again. So keep that in mind. Now, you know, finding Paldea Evolved, guys, ETBs is hands down a very hard thing to do right now. I do know these are getting restocked at vending machines, but in general, picking up Paldea Evolved, you know, the big products, is not an easy thing to do. So what I'm currently looking at is just picking up as many booster packs as I can. And yesterday, I went to a Target. Honestly, I caught a restock. Being so for real, I didn't even know. I caught one. It was the end, so I didn't get the good product. I was sort of left with the scraps. But Paldea Evolved, I did find some. To be more specific in this, guys, I did find like these 2-pack things. Not this exact pack, Lost Origin and Silver Tempest. However, I found a Paldea Evolved and Scarlet Violet base set. So very good in my opinion. I picked those up for $10. Paldea Evolved are just $10 alone, which is honestly crazy. So listen, I'm being completely honest with you guys. Pick up like the little things, because it all adds up. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't catch all the restocks in the world, and if I do, it's usually the leftovers. But from when I started doing this, like nitpicking every single product at the end of the restock, I managed to grow my collection, guys, tremendously. Like, think about it, right? For 8 weeks straight, I went to a Target at nearly the end of every restock, and I picked up whatever was left. If that was Destiny Rivals booster packs, if that was Journey Together, if that was a Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX box. Yes, I managed to get that at the end. The vendor probably came in late, so I was lucky during that time. But, you know, picking up the late stuff, it isn't even that bad, to be completely honest with you guys, because now, from 8 weeks of just picking up whatever is left, I managed to grow my collection by like 30 freaking packs, which is crazy, right? And it's just slowly taking it bit by bit at a time, getting my stuff at MSRP, guys. And the most important word is becoming patient. Never forget that, because being patient, in my opinion, is the best thing to do in order to see the best growth in anything, right? Related to investing, to, you know, bodybuilding, whatever. That's my hobby, by the way. So Pokestop's ripped? Yeah, he is. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I really do think, guys, that Paldea Evolved is hands down gonna be one of the, you know, really good sets. Hear me out. Complete side note here. The reason I don't like Paldea Evolved, and I think I can compare this set to Rebel Clash. Please all unsubscribe. But that's what I would think about the set. Like, what I've seen, I don't really find this set too crazy. The Magikarp, I don't find too crazy of a chase card. But of course, guys, that's my opinion, and I always like to be humble and honest, right? Listen, let me have my own opinion, guys. I'm not gonna just, you know, glaze every single set because y'all like it, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, now I'm gonna try to pick up, guys. This is really pushing it. Now in July, I'm trying to pick up any Lost Origin I can get, or Silver Tempest. Let me rephrase that. I'm gonna try to pick up any last Sword and Shield set I can get right now. I know finding this stuff is very, very hard. However, it is still possible, and it's still possible at MSRP. One of the main products that you guys will see now in July is going to be these four pocket portfolios. It's going to be like these just check lane blisters. Like, you're not going to be finding booster packs really anymore. You're not going to be finding bundles, ETBs. You're not going to be finding that anymore. That was, you know, a few months ago, you're able to find this stuff, which was really, really crazy. How just a few months ago, you know, you could have gotten Silver Tempest MSRP and Lost Origin MSRP. And no, I'm not lying about that. Now, that was a really, really crazy time. What's this? That's that. So, yeah, any Silver Tempest I can get my hands on is probably going to be one of the main catches right now. I do want to make it pretty clear, guys, though, picking up Sword and Shield now is going to be hands down one of the hardest things. It's coming harder and harder and harder every restock. I said this, you know, there was a recent restock at vending machines with Lost Origin and Brilliant Stars Elite Trainer boxes. That's what I've seen so far. I don't know about Silver Tempest yet, but I know those are currently getting restocked, and I know there's a lot of people trying to buy those out right now, which is a, you know, it's a common thing. That's something to expect. But prices have not been really touched because it's not really too crazy. It's not a reprint, guys. It's a restock, right? So probably Pokemon clearing out the warehouse even more. And then when those go, we'll probably eventually see the end. I mean, I do not know how much longer we'll see Sword and Shield out in the wild for. If you guys have been, you know, really paying attention to this stuff, you realize that it's becoming harder and harder and harder every single week to find Sword and Shield. And I keep making videos every single week about talking what Sword and Shield sets I believe you should invest in. And it seems like every single video that comes up, right, every week, it becomes harder to show you guys because prices rise, right? And, you know, telling you to buy this ETB at $65 is a whole different story than telling you to buy it at $80 now, right? It's a lot more money, and it just becomes a lot more difficult. So if you have any Sword and Shield, in my opinion, around you, man, I would highly recommend scooping it up, guys, and throwing it in the closet. I do think that Sword and Shield will be a very good growth long term. And one of the main things I love about Sword and Shield, and this is a completely different side note here, but I want you to take this into consideration, guys, is that the main reason why I believe Sword and Shield is such a good investment is because the market for Sword and Shield is so huge that everyone has Sword and Shield, right? If we think about vintage and stuff like that, the main reason why I think prices are so insanely crazy is because no one collected it during that time, right? It was complete luck. Someone who bought that base set booster box, you know, in 1995 said, frick it, bro, if this goes up, I'm going to be a millionaire, right? And they sort of are now. But the great thing is, like, Sword and Shield has that big buyer's market where there's constantly people wanting this. There's constantly people that have a lot of it, guys. So it's a very, very liquid, you know, easy flowing market, which is a really great thing. And I don't know if you guys realize about that, but keep that in mind. There's a lot of people who have Sword and Shield in their closets, in their collection. And in my opinion, it's a very good thing. I really do like it because if I go to a card show today or 2 years or 3 years from now, I bet you I will still find Sword and Shield. Will the prices go up? Of course. But this era is just so popular that there's always going to be people who want it. So it's not going to be a hard sell. It's not going to be a hard buy. And in my opinion, it's going to be a very easy thing to do. So quick side note there, that's in my opinion, of course. Is that 100% accurate? Probably not, but that's what I think, right? So next up, guys, we do have Surging Sparks. Now, I want to bring up Surging Sparks because I do want to talk about one thing. The Elite Trainer box is supposedly getting a reprint really soon. It has been confirmed by, Costco, guys. There will be a new bundle coming soon with the Surging Sparks ETB and Booster Bundle. And if you guys do not remember, this is a throwback to you guys who did collect, or if you do not know, this is what did happen. Darkness Ablaze ETBs, guys, at one point were $100. It was a very, very crazy thing. I was around during the time, and I remember actually considering to pick up an Elite Trainer box for $100, but I'm so glad I waited, guys, which is another point of being patient in the market. Sort of going back to what I was saying in the video. This thing claps like 20 bucks, bro. A lot of YouTubers were talking about this as well with the Surging Sparks ETB thing. And this is so true because at one point, guys, this ETB was $100. It claps all the way down. Unfortunately, I can't go all the way back. This is just 1 year. But I bet you if I were, it'd be like, $25. And I'm not kidding when I say that. This thing was so cheap. And now we're picking back up again, right? Because this ETB is becoming harder to find. And of course, Sword and Shield is out of rotation now. So you won't find that. Do I think that's exactly what will happen to Surging Sparks? Maybe Surging Sparks won't drop to $25, but I do think it will drop significantly. I'm not going to predict the price because obviously I can't do that, but I just want you guys to be aware that if you have Surging Sparks ETBs, and a lot of other YouTubers are saying this, right? I'm not gonna be the only one who say this. I'm special and I'm saying this, right? A lot of people are saying trailer ETBs for other ETBs or sell them right now, and I agree with them just due to the fact, guys, that these things will drop. How much? I don't know, but if we look back at what happened with Prismatic Evolutions and the Booster Bundle collection, those dropped significantly, so I do think these will as well. I just want to keep that in mind, guys, because these things have grown very, very high, and I think I think this is a rocket that has a match under it, bro. It's gonna explode any second, and when that does happen, it's going to be crazy. So yeah, just give me 1 second. All right. Sorry, I just had to respond to a text real quick. But yeah, that's what I do think what's going to happen with Surging Sparks ETBs. Do I have any in my collection? I do not. So I'm probably going to pick this up when these do crash, in my opinion. I do think that this might be a good buying opportunity for a lot of you guys. I'm not saying you have to go to Costco and buy this. Of course, if you can, that'd be great. But, if you just want to get the ETB exclusively, then I do think you get this for a good price. And it's Surging Sparks, it's not Prismatic Evolution, so I do think this thing will be a lot cheaper than Prismatic. I'd probably, if I had to predict it, you guys got me in this trap. If I had to predict this ETB and what it will be if these actually do, if this does confirm and this does really happen, we do some videos of it, I probably could predict the ETB at around $55, $60 in my opinion. I think it's a really solid price point. Is that MSRP? Sort of. It's just slightly above MSRP, just a few percent. But I do think that's a very reasonable, and then I'll probably pick back up, and then probably another reprint, go back down, and then pick back up for eternity. So that's what my prediction, guys, for the Surging Sparks ETB is. As I was saying, just keep in mind that Destined, Journey, and Prismatic will most likely see a lot of reprints, guys, in the future. So do not FOMO about this stuff. The stuff you should be really looking into and possibly FOMOing about is the old stuff, right? Celebrations, Paldea Evolved, maybe Sword and Shield, like stuff like that is what you guys should be looking into, right? Pokemon Go is also a very interesting thing to talk about right now, but I'll probably do a whole different video on that. But yeah, I just want to keep that in mind, guys. We also, Mega Evolutions have not been added back, have not been actually released on Pokémon Center yet, so it's a little bit concerning for a lot of us right now. Here's my thought on this. I never go ahead and camp out for Pokémon Center ETBs because I do not want to waste 5 hours of my day clicking a refresh button. I have a lot better things to do, and to be completely honest with you guys, I really don't care about Pokemon Center ETBs. What I mean by that, to be more specific, and what I don't care about Pokemon Center ETBs, is I don't care about getting them on release, right? I really don't mind paying a little bit over to get this. I know that Pokemon Center ETBs are always going to have that luxury and that aura with them. For example, if I go to a card show, whatever, I know I ain't going to be getting a, Shroud of Fable Pokemon Center ETB for $60. That just won't happen. So I really don't mind. And also, I do think I'll probably get a lot of these ETBs. Maybe not these, but maybe the future ones at on Pokemon Center Future, guys. Because listen, everything happens. Everything Wait, hold on. Nothing lasts forever. That's what I was gonna say. So yeah, chat. That's gonna be it, guys. Not too much crazy stuff going on, but I just do want to make that pretty clear, guys, on what I'm currently looking at. You know, what's going on with the market and stuff like that, and when I'm looking at buying. I really hope this did help you guys. And if there's one thing you should take away from this video, if you do take notes, whatever you do, whenever you watch an investor, whatever you do, I would highly recommend that just take away one note from this video is just to be patient, guys. You have to learn patience in investing, because if you're not patient with anything, you're not gonna see growth. Don't just be rushing it, man, because you're not enjoying the hobby. And also enjoy the hobby too, you should write down. But yeah, that's what I'm currently looking at right now, guys, trying to pick up as much Paldea Evolved as I can at MSRP. Note that, guys, at MSRP. I'm not really overpaying too much for this set, and if whatever I don't get for this set is whatever I don't get, so let it be. But yeah, I'm just trying to pick up as much Paldea right now, so we'll see what happens with that, guys. But that's wrap it up for today's video. Go ahead and enjoy the Discord. Have a great day, my friends. I'll see you next one. Peace out.